It's currently 4 a.m., May 3rd, Friday, 2019. To be straight up honest with you, these past 2 weeks have been really hard on me, both personally and business life. We're not going to make this all about me, though. We're going to do some marketing, and I'm not the only person who struggles with personal and business life, so I'm also going to give you some tips today on how you guys can overcome when you're really struggling at a certain point in your life. Now, for those of you that follow me on social media, you know that I am 99.9% of the time a happy and a positive person. And that's true, I am. I love my life and I wouldn't trade my life for anything. But I can't lie, the past few weeks have been difficult. I've been sleeping more and I haven't felt as motivated to get out of bed in the morning. And it's not something that I'm used to, but I've really been struggling with it. And that comes back to the three biggest things recently that I've been struggling with. Go back a few weeks ago when we talked about how last year I lost over $100,000 in business. And in losing that money, I was am still unable to race full time this race season. Well, we were doing the social media marketing money to be able to use that to get myself another diesel truck and to get myself $5,000 race tires so we can get back on the track, in which we have technically our first event the second week in May, in which we're already at May 3rd. We're supposed to be at Road Atlanta for time trials. That was supposed to be my first event. Well, topple that to number 2, I still don't have any money made on social media marketing. Not because of no's necessarily, just because of people keep doing a merry-go-round and still are unsure of what they want, which then therefore leaves me waiting and waiting and waiting. And then of course number 3, as we talked about a few videos ago, currently the Mini has a terrible oil issue in which it's eating oil like crazy. And I have no idea where it's coming from because it's not leaking. So where is it going? I don't know. Those are just the 3 things that have really, really been on my mind hardcore. And it sucks because I don't have the money that I used to have. I don't have the freedom that I used to have. I don't have the ability to travel like I used to have, at least right now. And it sort of makes me feel vulnerable, but at the same time, I realize that it is once again all part of the process. We'll talk about this a little bit more, but before it gets too late, we got to get to the gym because you know how I like my alone workouts? Well, if we wait too much longer, there's going to be people there, and I ain't cool with that.
I don't listen to the haters, man, I treat them like the enemy. Had a couple traitors, man, but now they know the penalty. I tell them, see you later, fam, I do not need this jealousy. I got no time for failure, man, I wanna leave a legacy. I lock in, I'm sold out, pop up for the whole crowd. I got this, I roll out, I promise, have no doubt. I'm all in, here I go now, call in, you roll out. Take hostage, the pros now, they novice when I throw down. We gon' make it all the way. We don't care what they all will say. Don't listen to the hate, no, listen to my fate, yo. Destined to be great, yo. And we gon' make it all the way. We don't care what they all will say. Don't listen to the hate, no, listen to my fate, yo. Yeah, we like to go. Put me on ESPN, yeah. I'll be on top of the tank, yeah. Highlights again and again, yeah. No, I ain't here to make friends, yeah. Taking it straight to the bank, yeah. I'm like a shark in the tank, yeah. And if your girl misbehave, yeah, I'll give your girl like a spank, yeah. That's making me.
Tell you what, there's not a better feeling than an early morning workout. And that's what I was going back to, in the sense of not waking up in the mornings. I just haven't had the motivation to come to the gym. It's crazy, but man, when you get here, it just feels so damn good. Anyhow, we're gonna head home. I've got some homework to do for marketing today. Of course, I gotta eat some breakfast, and then we're gonna get out on the road. We're gonna attempt to make another day $9,000. Okay, so fast forward a little bit. It is 4 p.m. A lot going on today. First off, let's discuss some marketing. So if you remember with marketing, there's been a lot of just merry-go-round. I go in, I talk to the GM. I'm not able to get a hold of the owner because the owner is, part of a franchise. He's got a bunch of different places. And that's sort of been the synopsis so far. We're now, day 5, whatever, and I still really have yet to talk to anybody seriously, even about pricing. Like, I was showing them pricing, but I have yet to really sit down. So today I was supposed to call Tuffy, which I did. However, unavailable. I'm going to call back tomorrow. They'll be in tomorrow, so I'm calling again. I've called twice today. I'm going to call tomorrow and go from there. 2 other places I went to, I had meetings, sat down, talked to them, talked to the owner. Of course you've got to talk to the owner. That's sort of been the story, right? Then moving on to one last place in which they were not available as well, and I was told to come back on Monday. So, once again, it is just middleman city. I just cannot seem to get through to the person whom I want to, and, it is what it is. Now, here's what I'm going to say about this marketing. I might fail. So far, it looks like I will. We said we were going to do this in 8 days. We're on day 5. I have yet to make a penny. I've had only one no. Everybody else is still pending. I might fail. And listen, if I do, so what? You see me fail. I'm not ashamed of it. You're going to fail in life. You're going to fail in business. Nothing in life, nothing in business is guaranteed. As they say, the only thing in life you're guaranteed is death and taxes. That's the same thing that we can say right now. I am not guaranteed to succeed right now. And you know what? I'm not. I'm absolutely failing. I don't think it's my strategy, because I'm following strategies of very high-class marketers, and I know my stuff when it comes to it. I feel like it's just a lot of middleman and a lot of the GM being older, not understanding the power that he has of social marketing. That's kind of my opinion on it. But let me get this point across. I'm okay with that. And I'm not an all-star when it comes to business. Like, I learn every single day. I make mistakes every single day. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. Absolutely not. Don't ever confuse that. Every single day, I do my best to educate myself in whatever way possible. Every single day, I continue to make mistakes. But it's not about the mistakes you make, it's about the lessons that you learn from those mistakes. So that's what I continue to tell myself. The mistakes that I make, I continue to learn. Now, as we talk about when life sucks, which right now, I kind of feel like on my end it does. Like I said, I've got 3 things going against me. And honestly, I have no money compared to what I'm used to having. And it sucks because I'm not able to run ZCompany to my fullest. I'm not able to market like I want. I'm not able to travel to different events like I want. I'm not able to race like I want. And it sucks. But once again, I put myself into position. I lost $100,000 last year. That's my fault. Nobody else's. So I have to accept that fact. So here's what I like to do when things aren't going my way. So you see, in my head, my goals are already completed. I have already done what I've set out to do in my head. I may not be there physically, but in my head, mentally, they're done. So that's the first thing that I tell myself, and that's definitely something that you can use for yourself. Because by doing that, you know you're going to achieve the success that you set out to do. I already know what I'm doing in my life. 100% flat out, it's already done up here. What is required of me is to go out and do it physically. Now that is where it comes into play, because since you already know that you've done it in your head, that allows you to go out, do it in the real world and not worry, because you know that you are not going to accept anything less than the success that you want for yourself. So that's the first thing you can do to help crush it even when life sucks. Now, as you're moving on, you must understand the fact that you're going to make mistakes. Mistakes are everywhere. Mistakes are human. We are human. When you make a mistake, don't dwell on the mistake. Understand and learn from this mistake that you can capitalize on a new situation. You learned, you made a mistake, you learned from it. Now here's what I'm going to do. That's what you can do with mistakes. The third thing, always take responsibility for your actions. Doesn't matter what it is, everything falls on your shoulders. When you take responsibility for your actions, it also increases happiness and increases awareness towards yourself. By doing this, you allow no blame to fall on anybody. For example, I could sit here and say, well, the reason that I'm not getting $9,000 in 8 days is simply because the GMs of these establishments that I'm going to just don't understand social marketing. Or, oh, I don't live in the right town for my location. No, bullshit. My fault. What am I doing wrong? How can I improve? Guess what? I'm going to adjust my strategy so next time I go in to talk to somebody to pitch them a marketing idea, I'm going to be successful. That's another thing you can do. Always take responsibility.
I rap with a passion, yeah, I got it in me. I've been waiting quite a long time for y'all to hear me. It's about damn time you put some stock into me. You're either sponsoring me or fucking bothering me. And the fact is, we just practice all this madness. That is why your status is like a canvas. Chances.
You have a coupon for a 99-cent any sized iced coffee, so can I get a large one, please?
Any cream or sugar?
Yes, please. And can I also get a 10-pack of the... actually, no. Let's make it just a vanilla cream, and that'll be it.
Anything else for you today?
Nope, that'll be it.
I'll just be right there.
Thank you. I always make my coffee at home, but sometimes you gotta indulge and get yourself some Timmy Ho-Hos.
2 hours later.
Okay, and last but not least, after a quick change and a dog kennel and a race car, the biggest and the best way to stay positive when life sucks, where it's not going your way, is to simply think about how good you will feel whenever you accomplish what you set out to accomplish. Now, here's why this works. If you're like me, you already know that you're going to accomplish what you set out to do. You already have that in your mind, because as we talked, it's already done. Your mind is already done. You know you've already accomplished it. So you know that you can do it. So when you go out and you finally do it, no matter how long it takes, no matter how much the hardships, that is the absolute greatest feeling you could possibly experience. Something that's just so incredibly... Dog kennel moved. So incredibly just... It's such a high. And that is the best thing to look at when you know you're struggling. It's like, wow. Once I accomplish this, though, think of how good I'm going to feel. Those are some of my tips on how you can go out and crush life even when it's not going your way. With that being said, I am super stoked, super excited. For those of you that know me know I love Jake Miller. This will be my 4th concert of Jake's that I'm going to, 3 here in Columbus and 1 in LA. Super stoked to see Jake. I love Jake. He's one of my favorite artists. He's a rapper and he's a pop artist, just fantastic music, does it all himself, 25, 24 years old, just incredible story behind it. So I'm headed up to Columbus to meet up with Mitch, drop this thing off, and Mitch and I are headed out to Jake Miller concert, in which I am super excited about. I'm sure Mitch is going to have some stuff to say as well. Obviously, you guys know Mitch. He was with us in LA. Super stoked. Let's go, baby.
Left to right, front to back.